Okay. So the first exercise I would like to do is an alternate breath exercise. It's called Nadi Shodhana. And we did some Nadi Shodhana last night, or sorry, yesterday at the noon class, but I'd like to do it a little bit differently today. You're going to take your right thumb. So this is my right thumb, and place it over your right nostril. Keep your spine tall, keep the neck tall, head lifting up. And you just close the right nostril and breathe in and out through the left nostril. It's going to be 10 breaths. As you breathe, see if you can expand into the chest, the upper back, and expand into the belly. And see if at the same time you can slow your breath down. You have about 3 more breaths. And it's believed that the nostrils are connected to the opposite brain hemisphere. So we're stimulating our right brain hemisphere. One more deep breath in and out. Now bring the hand down and breathe through both nostrils. And notice which nostril feels clearer or which nostril seems a little bit more stimulated, which sinus seems more stimulated. For some people, it's the nostril we just closed off and we're not using. And for other people, it's more the nostril that we were using. So just notice for you. It changes all the time. Now we'll take the 2 middle fingers of our right hand. So the middle finger and the ring finger. Bring the arm across the body and you'll close off the left nostril. When you close it, no need to push against the nose. You can just close the nostril by sliding the fingers down the side of the nose, and you'll feel there's a point where it becomes really some easy cartilage that you just softly press against. And now breathe in and out through the right nostril. Now the idea is when we breathe in and out through the right nostril, the left brain is being stimulated. That's our analytical brain, the brain that deals more with numbers, writing. The right brain is the one that deals more with sensations and feeling, colors and images. Both parts of the brain are just as important. So we've got about 3 more breaths now. See if you can slow it down. Use the chest and the belly to breathe. Last breath, in and out. Bring your hand back down and breathe in and out through both nostrils. Notice how both are feeling now, if one is more open than the other. And then we'll practice the actual Nadi Shodhana, where we will alternate breath. We'll practice it now, and then also at the end of class, we'll do it just before our meditation and relaxation. So bring your right hand across the front of the body, close off the left nostril first. Breathe in through the right nostril. Close off the right nostril with the thumb and breathe out through the left. Breathe in through the left. Close off the left and breathe out through the right. And again, we breathe in through the right. We close off, breathe out through the left. And again, keep going. See if you can slow the breath down as you alternate nostrils. Now we're going to start counting. The next time you breathe in through the right nostril, We'll all do it together now. We'll breathe in 4, 3, 2, 1. Close off and change. Breathe out 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in 4, 3, 2, 1. Close off and change. Breathe out 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in 4, 3, 2, 1. Close off and change. 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathing in 4, 3, 2, 1. Change. Breathing out 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in 4, 3, 2, 1. And change. Last round 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your hand down and breathe out through both nostrils. Good. This time, lower your chin down to your chest and take a few deep breaths in and out. And when you breathe, see if you can lift your chest towards your chin. So you breathe in, lifting the chest up, and breathe out and release. And again, breathing in, breathing out and releasing. 3 more times. Last one. One more time. Now gently roll your head to the right shoulder. Breathing in. And then stopping at the right shoulder, we'll switch sides. Breathe out, roll down very slowly. Breathe into the left shoulder and stop here. Breathing in, breathe out, let the head roll down and to the right shoulder. Go very, very slowly with your breath. It's good to keep your eyes open while you're doing this and look at certain points as you move the head. This way it prevents you from getting dizzy. One more time to the right. To the left. And then one more time to the right. Bring your chin back down towards the chest and very, very slowly raise the head. Good job. Bring your hands onto your upper shoulders. So your trapezius muscles are between the shoulders and the neck. I want you to bring your hands there. You can either have the arms parallel if you're comfortable, or they can be crossed. And what we're going to do is squeeze the trapezius muscles 3 times and then just let the weight of the hand stay there. So we'll do that now. I want you to squeeze, put the fingers into the trapezius, 3, and again, 2, last one, 1. Now let the hands just rest there and close your eyes. 3, 2, 1. Open your eyes and we'll do it again. Squeeze. 3, 2, 1. Good. And just let your hands rest there. Close the eyes. 3, 2, 1. Open the eyes again. We'll do it a last time. Squeezing. 3, 2, 1. And let your hands rest. Closing the eyes. Take deep breaths. 3, 2, 1. Good. Lower the hands down. Now, I want you to get into a position. I'm going to show you a little bit more by scooting backwards so you can see the stretch that we're doing of the trapezius. Here we go. Scooting back. You're going to bring your right arm down by your side and press with the hand downward so the shoulder moves down. And with your left hand, You'll grab your head very gently. You'll let the head go to the left shoulder. Now this is going to feel, you're going to feel the stretch in the neck, trapezius. You may even feel it go right down the arm. Take a few deep breaths here. Breathing deeply in and out. Now to get even a little bit more into the trapezius, I want you to look towards the floor, set the hand at the back of your head, and bring the chin down towards the armpit, the left armpit. Keep pressing down with that right hand and see if you can get that stretch right through the trapezius, the right hand side of the trapezius. Deep breaths here. One more deep breath in. Now you'll release the stretch. Let your head roll to the center. Lift the head, and then you'll roll the shoulders. Nice big circles. Change the direction. And I'm even looking at myself in the video. I can see the shoulder we worked on is released, and it's even lower than the opposite shoulder. So it looks like I'm a little bit lopsided. So these muscles are really stretched out and released. Now we're going to do the other side. So bring your left hand down, press downwards with the palm of the hand so the shoulder comes down. Grab a hold of your head, and we'll lean the ear towards the right shoulder. Be sure that there's not any pain going on. You want to feel the stretch, but certainly no pain in the neck, nothing that pinches. Should be pretty comfortable. Take those deep, slow breaths. Shoulder down, hand goes down as well. One more deep breath in. And now we're going to set the hand at the back of the head, and you'll bring the chin down towards the armpit. And here's where you get that deep stretch down through the neck and really get into the upper trapezius fibers. Deep breaths here. And then you'll release and roll your head back to the center. Gently lift your head. And now I can see my shoulders the same now. So roll your shoulders. Nice big circles. Change the direction of the circle. Good job. Last stretch for the shoulders and upper back. I want you to bring your right arm across your body. Grab a hold. It's better to grab a hold of the upper arm than the lower arm. Upper arm, and you'll press the upper arm against the chest. Reaching the hand across, you can open the fingers. See if you can keep both shoulders down. Stay here for a moment. Release, and let's change. Left arm across the front of the body. You'll grab a hold, pull it against the chest. Keep the chest lifted. Keep the chin lifted. Take some deep breaths here. Fingers open. Yeah, good. Last one, arms behind you. Clasp the arms behind you. Stretch your arms as straight as possible. So I'll turn to the side. You'll see my little chair I'm in. Arms are stretched as straight as possible. Lift the chest, lift the chin, and get a good stretch through the chest and the area of the throat. And we'll release, roll the shoulders once again. All right, we're going to get on the mat now. So come onto all fours onto your mat. Hands underneath the shoulders. And actually, before we get into movement, I want everyone to grab a pillow and place it next to you. If you have a block, great. You can use the block if you prefer, but let's make sure we have it next to us somewhere, okay? So we can grab it when we need it. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Spread your fingers wide and think about that dialing out with both hands. So it really sets the shoulders in place and it helps to align the arms as well as activate the muscles. Take a deep breath in and curl your spine, looking skyward. And then we'll breathe out, look to your belly button, rounding the spine. Let's breathe in and curl, lifting the chin. Breathe out and round, tucking the chin in. And again, let's curl. And as you do this, the more you move the rib cage, you can also help to release the upper back and shoulders as you move through the position, as the shoulder blades slide against the rib cage. One more time. Move back to a flat back, opening your knees up. Have your toes touching each other, and we'll move back onto our heels, and then you'll come back up. Here, we're just working through the knees. If at any point you feel that the knees are pulling and it's uncomfortable, don't go back as far, just go halfway. It's warming up the knees. The knees should be wide, the toes together. Heading back and forth. And then eventually let's move into child's pose. Sitting all the way back as far as possible. Arms are stretched out in front of you. If you need to, you can use that pillow and place your head on the pillow. This is a really nice resting position. Take some deep, slow breaths here. And we'll lift up, looking forward, lifting up onto the knees. You'll bring your knees back in at hip width and gently begin tucking your toes under to rise to a downward facing dog pose. And in down dog, you may want to pedal your feet right and left, right and left. Just get a little bit of a movement of the hips. The legs move, the knees move. Good job. That's it. And now we're going to get into a couple of sequences to warm the body up a little bit more. We'll move into a plank position, very smoothly, very slowly, belly stays in, and then push back to down dog. Once again, let's breathe in into a plank position. The fingers are dialing out, hands are dialing out, strong arms, and push back to down dog. This time we'll add on. Move into a plank position. Lower your knees. Gently lower your chest to the floor. Pointing your toes, take the right leg, lift it, and lower it down. Take the left leg, lift it, and lower it down. Then we take the chest up. We lift a little bit. We lower it down. Push back up onto the knees. And take your downward facing dog. So we'll do that again. Move into your plank position, very strong. Move your knees down, down to the ground. Point your toes. Right leg comes up and down. Left leg comes up and down. Chest comes up and down. Push back up onto your knees, curling your toes under. Come back to downward facing dog. One more time. Let's go into a plank position. Lower your knees. Lower the chest. Right leg lifts. Left leg lifts. Chest lifts. And push back up onto your knees. Good job. Right hand comes off the mat. Left hand goes on top. Press your hips back and get the stretch down the left-hand side of the body. Okay? So the left-hand side is lengthening. The left arm reaches over on top of the right. And you take deep, slow breaths here. Let's lift the head back up. And we bring the left hand off the mat. Right hand on top. Press the hips back. Right hand side stretching. Lifting the head back up. Bring your hands back onto the mat. Let's tuck the toes under and retake our downward facing dog. Pedal the feet a little bit. Now we'll take our right leg up and see if you can bring it between the hands. Lower your left knee down to the earth. Engage through the legs so you feel the right foot dials out and it pulls back just a little bit. Hands go to the hips and you'll let your hips dip forward, lifting the chest up. Take a deep breath in and raise your arms out to the sides until you're reaching to the sky. Now let's bring our hands over the head, thumbs into the upper back. Lift and open the chest. Take a few deep breaths here. One more deep breath in. We bring the hands around the head until they come back down to the earth and take a downward facing dog. Pedal your feet here. And we'll do the other side. The left leg lifts, comes in between the hands. Lower your right knee down. So the left foot is dialing out to the side. The right foot is also pulling back. So dialing out and pulling back. Hands to your hips and lift the chest. Raising the arms to the sides. Palms together. Thumbs into the upper back. Lift the chest. Go back a little bit if you'd like. And hold here. Still engaging in the legs. 3, 2, and 1. Hands come around the head, back down to the earth, and step back to downward facing dog. Pedaling the feet to release and let go. Good. From here, begin stepping your feet forward until you reach the front edge of your mat. Have your knees bending and your feet are hip width. Okay? We're going to bend our knees down low, bring the hands to the hips, and raise the chest. So you're in a chair position. Chair position. I'm going to step back off of my mat so you can see me. Chair position. You're going to raise your arms up. Take a deep breath in and bring the arms back and behind you. Breathing in, raise the arms up. Breathing out, the arms come back behind you. That's it, Takako. Good. Breathing in, raise the arms up. Breathing out, swing them back behind you. And we'll do it one more time. Breathing in, raise the arms up. And as you swing them back behind you, shift the weight onto the right foot and lift your left leg. Keep the arms behind you. Then we're going to stretch the leg back into a little airplane position. Hold for a moment, set your gaze at the floor, and then bring the foot back down, hands onto the hips, sink the hips back into that chair position again. Deep breath in, raise your arms up. Breathing out, swing them behind you. Breathing in, raise them. Breathing out. Once more, let's breathe in. Breathing out, swing them behind. Hold them back there and raise your right foot this time. Hold for a moment, setting the gaze on a spot in front of you. And then send the leg behind you into an airplane position. Hold the arms behind you. 3, 2, 1. Come back to that chair position. Hands onto the hips. Sink the hips down nice and low. Bring the hands to your heart center. Get ready to twist. We'll twist to our right. Left elbow over the right thigh. And look over your right shoulder. Keep your knees bending at the same level. Hips should be low. 3. Keep breathing. 2. 1. Bring your hands down to the earth. Grab a hold of your big toes. So it's typically the 2 first fingers, index and middle finger, that grabs around the big toes. You'll hold on to the big toes, have your knees soft, and fold yourself forward. Let your head drop. Look between your legs. Focus on one point and stay here. Deep breathing. Release your big toes, bending your knees down low. Let's set our hands to the hips again. Raise the chest into that chair position. Hands in front. Twist this time to your left. Right elbow over the left thigh. Knees bent at the same level. Turn your head to look to the sky. Holding here. 3, 2, and 1. Look back down to the earth. Bring your hands down. This time, wrap your arms around the backs of your thighs. Drop your head, looking between your legs again. See if you can hold on to the thighs. Stay here and breathe. If it's too much for the low back, do it with bent knees. 3, 2, 1. Bring the hands back down to the earth. Gently step your legs back. Keep the abdominals engaged as you move into a plank position and hold it here. Lengthen out your neck. Lift the head, look forward. Everything strong. Thighs, belly, shoulders and back. Even the neck is strong. Gently lower to your knees and then all the way down to the earth. Good job. Point your toes, lengthening out your legs. Stretch your arms behind you. No need to clasp the hands together. Just stretch them back. Thumbs pointing down, pinkies up. Lift the head, chest, and shoulders, the hands, and the legs. Holding it here. Back down. Hands under the shoulders, push up onto the knees. Bring your left knee forward. Turn and raise your right arm up to the sky. Good. Raise your right leg and hold. Lengthen everything out. Then bring the right arm over the head, pointing the toe. See if you can reach from right arm to right toe. So lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Good job. Bring the hand back down and bring the knee back down. Stretch your left leg behind you. Open up, left arm to the sky. Raise your left leg, hold it here. Then bring the left arm over the head, reaching far away. Point the left toes so you get a strong stretch down the left-hand side of the body. Holding. And circle the arm, bring it back down. Knee comes back down. Good job. Walk your knees forward and lift up onto your knees. We're going to do a sequence of 2 postures linked together, and it's part of the sequence that's the 5 Tibetan sequences. Basically, it is the camel pose moving to a shortened down dog, okay? So I would actually recommend you come somewhat to the center of your mat. And if your knees are sensitive, you can pad your knees, either rolling up your mat or putting a towel underneath. So if you roll it up like this, you have padding, okay? Or a towel underneath is fine too. Knees are hip width, tucking your toes under. Set your hands at your low back. Let your hips move forward, lift the chest, and go back. Go back with the head if it's comfortable. Or you could grab the ankles or the heels. Hold for 1 more breath. Look forward. Bring your hands down to the front edge of your mat. Now this is a shortened down dog. Lift your knees and press your heels down. Let your head release and relax and stretch your legs as straight as possible. 1 more deep breath in. Bring the knees back down and move back into the camel. Hips come forward, lift the chest, let your head go back. You could also grab the ankles if you wish. Open up. 1 more breath. Looking forward, hands come down to the front edge of your mat. Lift up into the down dog. Heels go down. Stretch the legs. Stretch the spine. At the same time, dialing your hands out. Last time. Knees come down. Up and into camel. Hands can be at the low back, or you can reach for your heels or ankles. Open the chest. One more deep breath in. Coming back up. Here's the last down dog. Lift the knees, press the heels down, lengthen out. 3, 2, 1. Bringing your knees back down. Turn so that you're facing me and you remain on your knees. Hands onto your hips. We're going to stretch let's start with the right leg. Right leg out to the side. So you'll lean on your left knee and stretch your right leg out. The foot will point forward, okay? This is gate pose. And it's a very strong posture, very strong stretch. If you see the foot, it should be aligned up with the knee that you're kneeling on. Okay? Set your right hand to the hip and raise your left arm. Take a deep breath in, lifting through the chest and the sides of the body, and lean towards the right. So if you feel too much compression down the right-hand side, lift higher before you lean. You'll feel a nice, big, strong stretch down the side of the body. Those are the obliques, as well as a little bit the psoas, a little bit. Turn your head to look skyward. Holding here 3, 2, 1. We'll release, taking the counter posture. Set the left hand down onto the floor and raise your left arm. You can point your left toes, or you could point your right leg, right toes, and raise the right leg if you wish. And then coming back, hands to the hips, bring that right knee back down. And we change legs. Left leg out to the side, toes pointing forward, leg is straight. Lift through the chest so you get the length through the waist. Keep the left hand on the hip, right hand lifts, and we lean over into gate pose. So there's a lot going on here. There's an inner thigh stretch, as well as obliques, lumbar region stretch, and of course there's a big compression of the obliques on the left-hand side. Turn to look skyward. 3, 2, 1, and we take the counter posture. Right hand goes down to the floor, left arm goes up. You can point the left toes and keep the toes on the floor, or you can raise the leg if you wish. Rising back up, hands to the hips, bring the knee back down. Swing your feet to one side, so we come to a seated position. Now, here's where you might want to use your pillow or your block. If you want, you set the pillow underneath the hips so you're a little bit raised, okay? Bring the soles of your feet together and lift your chest. You could grab a hold of your ankles, or you could grab around your feet. Be sure the knees are pointing out to the side, and first position, you're going to bring the feet in as close as possible. Begin leaning forward from the chest. Lengthen out the spine, lengthen out the throat. Set your gaze diagonally at the floor and stay here. Deep, slow breathing. Rise back up. Bring your right leg forward. Your left leg can either have the foot pointing straight forward and the knee is in the center of the chest, or you could cross it all the way over the right knee. Choose which is going to be the most easiest for you and the best for you. Again, lift tall so the spine is long. Grab a hold of that left knee. Stretch your right arm to the sky first and gently twist, lowering the arm down behind you. Turn your head to look over the shoulder. And again, we stay here. Deep breaths. Unwinding slowly. Now here we're going to get into a posture called Gomukhasana. So if you have your foot in front, I would recommend that you keep the knee aligned. If possible, stay up on the pillow. And if you can cross the legs completely, so the left knee is directly over the right and the feet are out to the side, then do that. You've got a major stretch down the side of the leg and in the IT band, but please don't go into any pain. So you have the left leg crossed over the right. You're going to raise the left arm and bring it behind you. Bring the right arm back behind you and reach for the hands. If you touch or you grab, great. If you don't, it's not a big deal, just reach for it. This posture is called Gomukhasana. It's basically translated as the cow-faced posture. Close your eyes. A lot of people laugh at that name, but cows are so revered, and they're actually considered deities. So cow-faced posture is a very respectful posture in India. And it's very calming. Release the hands. Roll your shoulders. And gently take yourself out of the posture, lifting up first the left knee, then the right. From here, we're going to vary the next position. Normally we did butterfly, but we're going to do diamond pose, which means you push your feet as far away from you as possible. You're still up on the pillow. That's a good idea for the low back. So the feet are far away, but the knees stay bent. And you can set your hands down and lean forward, or you can reach your arms out in front of you, grabbing the ankles, or if possible, you reach your arms even farther, go beyond your feet. Allow the back to round and lower the head. Again, there should be no pain. If you feel pain, come back up and go to a point where you don't feel pain. You should feel a stretch and effort, no pain. Deep breaths here. We stay. Help yourself with your hands to come back up to a seated position. This time, your left leg bends in front of you underneath. Your right leg will bend in front, the knee straight forward, or if possible, you cross it over the opposite knee. Grab a hold of the left knee. Sorry, it's your right knee. I'm mixing my right and left tonight. Grab a hold of your right knee. Raise your right arm and twist. Look behind you, turning the shoulders, turn the head into that deep twist, but also there's that wonderful stretch of the upper part of the IT band as well as the glutes. Unwind slowly. And we take Gomukhasana on the opposite side. So it's your right knee up. You can either unwind, uncross it, having the foot in front, or you bring it over completely, one knee above the other into the full Gomukh. Right arm comes up and behind the head. Left arm comes around and reaches for the right hand. Lift your chin and perhaps close your eyes and take some deep, slow breaths. This is an extremely calming posture. Release. Roll your shoulders a bit, perhaps. Gently coming out of the position, uncross the legs. And see if on your pillow, you can come into Sukhasana, which is easy pose. Your hips will roll forward. Your one foot is in front of the other. Your shoulders are down and your knees are soft. Raise the arms. Cross the right arm over the left and bend the elbows. Either grab the right wrist, or you bring your palms together. Raise the elbows, push the hands away from you, and tuck the chin towards the upper arms. From the side, it looks like this. Take some deep, slow breaths. Lift your chin, release your arms, and clasp the hands behind you to get the stretch of the shoulders and the front of the chest. Letting go. We'll do the opposite side now. Raise your arms. Left arm, sorry. Yes, left arm over the right. Bend your elbows and either grab your left wrist or palms together. Elbows come up, press your hands away, tuck your chin. Deep, slow breaths. Feel the upper back stretching out. Lifting your chin, open your arms and clasp your hands behind you. Stretch your arms as straight as possible. Lift the chest. Hold for a moment. And release. Roll the shoulders once again. Good job. Keep the pillow nearby, but take the pillow out from underneath your hips. And we're going to stretch the legs out in front of us. Ideally, the feet are hip width, and you're flexing your feet very nicely. Hands come behind you. You'll lift the chest, squeezing the shoulder blades together, and you'll lean forward from the chest. Lengthen out the neck, lengthen the back and the spine. Hold in a position where you feel the backs of the legs stretching without pulling or any pain on the low back. If it's really too much on the low back, you bend your knees and do the same thing. If it's fine, stretch the legs as straight as possible. And perhaps you want to reach your hands one at a time out in front and grab your feet. Go forward as far as is possible for you without any pain, without any strain. And breathe and see if you can let go with every breath out. Hands against the floor, help yourself to lift up. Slide your hands behind you, about 30 centimeters behind you. Bend your knees and bring your feet hip width. Taking a deep breath in, lift your hips into the counter posture. Hips go up, chest goes up. You can look forward, you can look to the sky, or you can let your head drop back if it's comfortable. Stay for 3 more breaths. Lift your head to look towards your knees and lower the hips down very, very gently and slowly. From here, grab behind your thighs, pull the belly in and roll down slowly onto your back. Lift the knees to the chest and rock from side to side. From here, just take an easy twist. Knees to the right, turn your head to the left. Raise your left knee first, right knee follows, and let your knees roll out to the left. Turn your head to the right. easy twist. Then right knee first rises, left knee follows. Take your pillow and place it underneath your hips so the hips are raised higher than the chest. Turn your palms to the sky and stretch your legs to the sky. If it's too much to hold them in the air, grab a hold behind the thighs. We're going to hold this position for about a minute. So find the position where you can let your legs relax towards the sky. Take some deep, slow breaths here. See if you can calm the body down, allowing the breath to slow down and relax. Bend your knees and set the feet flat on the floor. Now, keeping the hips lifted, take your right hand and you're going to practice the alternating breath. So you'll close off your left nostril, breathe in through the right. Close off the right nostril and breathe out through the left. Breathing in through the left. Close off and breathe out through the right. And we keep going, breathing in through the right. Close off, breathe out through the left. Breathing in. Changing, breathing out. One more round, breathe in. Changing, breathe out. Breathe in. And bring your hand down by your side. Breathing out through both nostrils. Breathe in and out slowly through the nose. And allow your body just to soften and to let go. After some of the deep stretches we've done, it should be very easy to find that sense of relaxation and that sense of letting go. And imagine you have a little eraser. And it's like a little magic eraser. And you can move down from the top of the head. Move down through the body, and if you find any tension, you just erase it, rub it out. Moving down over the throat, neck, shoulders. Down over the arms, into the hands, just erasing any tension you might be feeling. Down over the chest, over the back. Into the tummy. Into the hips. the legs, moving into the knees, ankles, and feet, erasing any tension. Feel as if your body becomes extremely heavy, making full contact with the floor. And now in opposition, feel your body becoming light as a feather, just placed upon the floor. Now begin moving your fingers and your toes. Take some deep, slow breaths. And raise your arms up over your head, stretching from fingers to toes. Get a good stretch. And then lift your knees against your chest. Get into a little ball. Roll onto your right hand side. From there, place the hands down and push gently. Come to a seated position. And once you're ready, you can rub your hands together in front of the chest. Gently, as if you're washing the face clean, feel the sensation of the hands touching the face and how good it feels. Tap gently around the eyes, above the eyebrows and underneath, and then shake your hands out in front of you. And let's do that again. These sensory exercises can be so good for the brain. Just to come back into your senses. Bring the hands over the face and just notice how good it feels, the touch against the face, and gently tap around the eyes. And shake out. Bring your hands to your heart center. Namaste.